Hello everyone, peace of the Lord with everybody. Um, somebody challenged me to show him one verse Muhammad he stole from the Bible. Uh, I don't accept the challenge because showing you one verse is not really a big deal. What about it challenging me to show you hundreds and maybe thousands? Huh? Okay. If you want to make a challenge, make it good. This is Surah 80, verse number 34. In here, this verse or this chapter in here is talking about the judgment day. Like what will happen exactly in the judgment day. So that day shall a man flee from his own brother, and from his mother and his father, and from his wife and his children. Okay, where is that in the Bible? Can you prove that this is coming from the Bible? Well, let us see. This is Matthew 10, 21. Brother will betray brother to death, and father his child. Children will rebel against their parents and have them put to death. Do you see it? Let's continue. This is according to Judgment Day 2. I'm just showing you now just some verses regarding Judgment Day. This is Surah 22, verse number 2. The day shall see it. Every mother giving suck shall forget her sucking baby. A woman, she is doing nursing. Okay? And every pregnant female shall drop her load. Okay? Let us see where is that in the Bible. This is Matthew, and just to make it short, this is Matthew 19. How dreadful it will be those days for pregnant women and nursing mothers. It's exactly. He took it from here, he put it there. All what he did, he just changed how, the way he put it, because it's in Arabic, as if you are doing translation, but you are explaining it somehow, So the Muslims will say, like, how this happened, how, why the Quran is talking exactly about the same, it is exist in the Bible, and don't forget, the Muslims says the Bible is not true. The Bible is not true. The Quran is true. Now the Bible is written before Islam. All of us we know, long before Islam exists. So who is copying from who? Let us see. Okay, another sign in the Quran, or another verse in the Quran talking about the Judgment Day. This is Surah 74, verse number 8. Finally, when the trumpet is sounded. So finally, when the trumpet is sounded, okay. Now, where we will find that in the Bible? Does it exist in the Bible? Let us see. We go to the Bible, and you will see it here. Matthew 31. And then he shall send his angels with the great sound of trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds. You see it? And this is the Quran. Let us continue. Another verses. Surah 56, verse number 7, 8, 9. Let us see. And ye shall be sorted out into three classes. So Allah will make them, separated in three, groups. Now, he's saying, continue. In 8, then there will be companions of the right, what will be the companions of the right hands. So they will be in the right hands of who? Of God. Okay? So Allah will separate them to groups. Now there is companions. They will be in the right hand. Let us see that in the Bible. This is Matthew 25. Okay, Matthew 25. We go all the way to 32. So we can read from 31. When the Son shall man come to his glory, etc. This is judgment day. All I'm talking about now, judgment day. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them. Okay, you see, there is separation as it's in the Quran. As shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats, and shall set the sheep in his right hands. Look at the Quran. He will set them in the right hand. Who are the companions? They are the good people. Okay, in the right hands. This is the Bible. They are in the right hand. Okay, and the goats will be in the left hand, which means the one is lost. Okay, let us see. And the companion of the left hand, what would be the companion of the left hand? You know, he's just making like Arabic music. And the companion in the left hand, what will be the companion of the left hand? Yeah, what will be? Yeah, let us see how he copy from, you know, from the Bible. Now those who God he choose them, what will happen to them? You know, they will be rewarded, you know, in the heaven, and they will be close to Allah. And this is what the Bible is saying here too, you know. Then shall the king say unto them in his right hands, Come, ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you, which means go into heaven. So you see, he's copying the verses in the Bible. He's putting it in his book in his own way, you know, as if you are translating from English to Arabic, but it's not a translation, it's just an explanation. You know, within his own words. Let us continue. This is Surah 101. This is verse number 6, 7, 8, etc. Then he whose balance a good deeds will be found heavy. Go to the Bible. This is Job 6. Let me be weighted in an even balance, that God may know my integrity. If my step had turned out of the way, and mine heart walked after mine eyes, and if any bolt had cleaved to my hands, then let me sow and let other eat. You know, let us see what the Quran is saying. So the God, he will balance my good deeds, as Job saying, you know, and you will see it's even 6 in here. Did you know this? This is Job 6. This is 1016. Even the number is matching. At least change the number, man. So we'll be in a life of a good pleasure and satisfaction. But whose balanced good deeds will be found light, and you know, will have his home, etc. So this is what Job 6, 7, 8 is saying. And still someone want to say to me that Muhammad is not copying. We will continue. I should make you know, thousands of videos about this, because there's a lot. It's endless. Let us continue. This is Surah 24, verse 24. In the judgment day, their tongues, their hands, their feet will bear witness against them. to their action. So your body part will appear as a witness against you. Let us see the Bible saying what. Just I noticed that my video is almost more than 10 minutes, so I have to stop in here, and we will continue in part 2, 3, 4, etc. We will continue. Please follow up. Thank you. Peace of the Lord with everyone. See you soon. Hello guys, peace of the Lord with everyone. We are continuing talking about Muhammad copying verses from the Bible, and we will show you a lot more coming. This is Surah 7 verse 179. Many are the jinns and the men we have made for hell. They have hearts wherewith they understand not, eyes wherewith they see not, and ears wherewith they hear not. They are like cattle, nay more misguided. So let us see where we can find similar verses in the Bible, and here we go. This is the verse in the Bible. Let me fix the page. Here we go. Therefore I speak to them in parables, because they seeing see not, and hearing hear not, neither do they understand. You see, it's almost exactly the same. Like, let us read together again. Many are jinns and and men. We have genies and men. We have made for hell. They have hearts wherewith they understand not. Understand not. See not. Hear not. Let us go to the Bible again. Okay. So I speak to them in parables, because they see not, hear not, and they don't understand. So in the Quran saying they are the same as animals. Now if we continue, we will see in verse number 15 it says, For this people heart is waxed gross, of their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes have closed, lest at any time should see their eyes and hear their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them. Now in here, this is the Surah 2 verse 7. We were reading Surah 2 verse 20. And here, this verse in here, he's copying from the Bible as we saw, but in here he's adding something very dangerous. Why? Because he's saying it's Allah who has set seal their heart and their hearing, which is very stupid to say. Why? Because in the Bible you will see that they are hearing, but they don't want to listen. They don't want to understand. They are seeing, but they don't want to see. So they are doing that. In the Quran, he's copying almost the same, but he is adding in Surah verse number 7, that's Allah, he said that in their ears, which mean that Allah is the one he don't want them to understand. Allah is the one he don't want them to see. Allah is the one he don't want them to hear. You know what? So what is my fault? If Allah is the God he don't want me to see, Allah don't want me to be guided, Allah, he blocked my ears and he blocked my mind, so what is my fault? This is something very stupid to say from Muhammad, and he made a huge mistake, because in here this is the act of Satan, and Allah is a Satan, because supposedly Satan don't want me to see, Satan don't want me to hear, Satan don't want me to learn, Satan don't want me to know about the truth. But as you see in here, Allah, he did that. In the Bible, if we go there, we will see that this has happened, but it's their choice. For this people heart is waxed gross, their ears, they did that. Okay, their eyes have they have closed, so they did that. In the Quran, it is Allah who did that, which will destroy the whole idea of Islamic religion, because this will prove that Allah is Satan, and he is Satan. As you see, he's copying from the Bible, he's playing games with it, and he's making a book, it's called Quran. Let us continue and see more verses. Okay, this is Surah 2 verse 270. And here it says, if you spend your money and whatever you spend in charities or devotions, be sure Allah know it all. Okay, so Allah, he knew it all, because even if nobody knows about it, Allah, he knew it. Okay, now let us see. But the funny in Islam, charities, they go and they kill the Christians and they take their money and they pay charities. They go and enslave people and they pay charities. Their charity is very wicked. Let us see what in the Bible is saying about that. That though appear not into man to fast, but not into the Father which is in secret, and they Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. The Lord, he said, he teach us many times that what you do, you don't show it to anyone. Don't tell what you did in your right hand to the other left hand even. So this is the Quran, copy that and he put it in the Quran. This is Matthew 6:1. Take heed that you do not your alms before man to be seen of them, otherwise you have no reward. So in Christianity, you should not show what you did as a good deeds, as charities. In Islam, actually, it's not the same. But still, he is copying the idea that Allah will see anything you do, even if nobody knows about it. Okay, and He will pay you your reward, as we saw in the Quran. Let us see. So you see, and whatever you spend in charities or devotion, be sure Allah know it all. Which in here, including the one, about the poor. And if you continue talking, reading 271, you will see it's saying about the one you hide. Even the one you hide, Allah will know. You see it? So the charities you do hide them and make them rich, those really in need, that is best for you, whatever. So Allah, He will knows all of those, and He will reward you for your charities you did and you hide. You see, you hide it. You don't show it to people. And this is exactly, Allah will reward you for those charities you do it and you hide. And this is exactly what the verse in Matthew 6:1 is saying. And you will see in verse number 2 saying the same. Okay, so but in Islam, actually, Islam encourage Muslims to be hypocrite in the way of charities. Islam encourage you to give charities and show, not to hide. But in here, in this verse in the Quran, as we see, he's talking about those who do not mention their charities. Even the one you hide, Allah will knows about it, and He will reward you about this, as you see in Surah 2 verse 270 and verse 271. And if you look at it, you will see this is exactly the copy from the Bible, but the Bible insists that you should not show. The Quran do not insist that, saying if you hide it, Allah will know about it, but better you don't. Okay, let us continue and see Muhammad copying more verses from the Bible. Just before we move on, we will see in here that the Bible is warning that the one who show his charities and he mention it, he will not get a reward for that. It is the opposite in the Quran. You will get a reward, because Quran is encouraging people to be hypocrite, as we said. So, but in the Bible, you should not tell what you did, what you give. Don't even let your right hand know what your left hand did. So, it's a warning that you should not be a hypocrite. If you do that, you are a hypocrite. You are not doing a charities. You are just doing it for your own glory, to show people that you are a good guy. In Quran, no. In Quran, encouraging you to be a hypocrite. Because Muhammad, he knew there is many people will not even pay him money. And by the way, charities in the Quran is not for the poor. Charities in the Quran to pay Muhammad. Let me show you that before we go. Now you might see some Muslims saying, no, in the Quran I can show you verses saying you pay for the poor. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, you pay for the poor. But number one, you pay for him is Muhammad, and Muhammad is no poor. You know, we know that the man he asks you for money and he say, I'm doing a service for God, he cannot be a prophet of God. The man who asks for wages to do service for God, he cannot be the man of God. Let us see what the Quran is saying to Muhammad. Look at this. Of their goods, take alms, that so thou mightest purify. I don't know the translation of the Quran in English, sometimes it's funny. You know, so he's saying take from their money, a money you will clean them with. What does that mean? It's mean you pay to Muhammad, Allah will forgive you for your sin. If you pay to Muhammad, Allah will take out your sin, will make you look better. Let us continue in the verse number in the video number 2. Almost we are done with this one.